everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022, and this is FlossTube number 73. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, this is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Every now and then I will throw in other stitchy goodness like quilting or crochet, or I've actually considered starting back up doing some embroidery, so you might see some of that. But for the most part, it is cross stitch, and today it is going to be all cross stitch, I think. I'm pretty sure. I did do some quilting, but I'm not going to talk about it today, so it wasn't a lot. It was just kind of plans. But anyway, if you are a returner, thank you so much for coming back and stopping by and visiting me this week. I really appreciate all my returning visitors. I know there's a ton of floss tubes out there, and just the fact that you come back and visit me really makes me feel good. If you don't know, my name is Rachel and I am based in Louisiana. Go Cajuns, and you may see something that says Go Tigers. we are a house united in this family. Anyway, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I think I thanked y'all enough, but I've had a lot of new subscribers, and I'm normally not this discombobulated, but I've kind of had a weird morning and I have a headache because I don't have any more contacts, and so I really can't see that well. So I'm just kind of a little, whew. Anyway, I'll get through this. I will get through this. So let's get to my stitching this week. I did a lot of stitching. I touched a lot of things, but I did not get a whole lot done. I have a new start. I have some stitchy kindness. I have some kindness that is stitchy related, but it's not necessarily a stitchy item. Go figure that one out. Anyway, so let's get started with what I stitched. I'm going to have one zipper to open. I opened all of them except for the first one. Sorry, y'all. Okay, the first thing I am stitching is Princess Elliana by Mirabilia. I am doing a conversion on this chart right here. This is a conversion. It is an African-American Princess Elliana, and this is done by Katie Eck, I believe is her name. She is on Instagram, and I do have her linked below. She's got a wonderful conversions, really pretty, but this is my favorite. I am doing this for my daughter, so I do this on the 17th of every month, but this month I did it on the 16th and the 17th because I really wanted to get some stuff done, and I did. I got a lot done. I am doing this on I believe it's a 30, I used to have the tag, but I think it fell off. It is a 36 count purple even weave, and this is what I got done. So I worked on all of this, and I am so pleased that I got that much done. You'll see the little blank spots. Those are for beads. And so anyway, that's what I got done. There is conversion in this one. Let me see. I don't remember which one, but I did all the orange, and I really wanted to just push myself to get these. So I actually stayed up late one night, and I got some of these pink colors, and I'm absolutely thrilled. So this won't come out again until September 17th, maybe 16th and 17th if I really feel like doing a lot. But I'm hoping that when I pull it out again, I can finish right here, this part right here, and work my way up. I would like to get her head done. I don't want to work on a headless person. Not only that, faces are not my favorite. And this face does have, you can see the hair is different, but I'm going to leave the hair this way because my daughter does wear her hair like that. Even though I do like it when she naturally does it, but she does wear her hair like this a lot. And then I know that she made the lips fuller, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that because she didn't provide like an alternate chart. But I am going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to stitch the skin over one. I might. I might not. I don't know yet. I'm going to see. But I really want to get to her, at least her face. Her hair looks like it's going to be intense. So I don't know. I'll see. But that's what I'll work on next time I pick it up. So that is Princess Elliana by Mirabilia with a conversion. And that's it again. Isn't it pretty? I love those colors. I love the conversion colors. Just the way she spread them out. Anyway. So that is my Mirabilia. For those of you that don't know, this is my first Mirabilia that I'm doing. And I had been looking at this chart actually for a year, this conversion for a year. And finally, I just broke down and said, I'm going to do it for her. And I showed it to her and she loves it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing for her. And then I picked up my Jeanettedouglas. This is Jeanettedouglas, A Year of Bouquets. And I don't have the cover sheet. But I am a little late. I'm looking at my notes, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm a little late. I am working on July. So this is the whole thing right here. This is free on her website. So all you have to do is go on Jeanette's website, and I do have it linked below. So I'm working on July, and I'm going to work on it again this week because I need to finish July, maybe start August before September comes out. So this is what I got done. Not a whole lot because I started working on it and realized that I had done the whole basket wrong. So I had to rip out the whole basket and start over again. But that's what I have done right there. And I need to finish this top border. But that's it right there. I'm using DMC. She does have, you know, all the overdyes and the DMC conversion on her chart. So that is right there. So pretty. Anyway, so I will finish that hopefully this week. And then I'll be able to, hold on, I think I have the July, so you can at least see what the July one looks like. Yeah, right here. So hopefully I can at least start August. Not get too far behind. So this is what July is going to look like. So anyway, so that is Jeanettedouglas, A Year of Bouquets, and hopefully I can catch up. I don't want to be too far behind. I do want to finish it before the year ends. I don't want to be working in it in January because there'll be probably something new that I want to start. Anyway, okay. I don't have this written down, but I did it because I have the bag right here. I'm going to have to go get something after I finish this. Okay, so this is Mother's Dream. I call it the Cherish quilt. But anyway, this is what I'm working on. I work on this on the 19th of every month. And I am doing this in honor of my mom, who taught me how to quilt. And her and Daddy's favorite song was Cherish by The Association. And their favorite colors were blue and yellow, like the flowers. So I worked on this one day, and I gave it actually a pretty good day, but I did nothing but back stitching. Well, I did stitch these little flowers right here. But for the most part, I finished back stitching I'm gonna scooch it closer. All the quilt stitching. Realized afterwards they were supposed to be done in gray, not 310, but I left them. And so I did all the back stitching around all of this area, all the quilt stitching, and this little vine right here. Now these are, I think there are some stitches in it, but it's mostly beads. So those will get done last. So I'm just working on the vine. So next time I pick it up on the 19th, I will finish the vine. I think I'm finished on that side, so I might go across the top and do the top part next time I work on it. But that is A Mother's Dream by Stony Creek. And I don't know what this is on. It's on I think it's Mushroom that I used for Christmas Garden by Blackbird Design. So anyway, so that is that. And I am going to go get what I forgot, and I'll be right back. And then the next thing I worked on is one that everybody loves to see and I love to work on, and that is Pandemic. Pandemic is by Long Dog Samplers. I think I'm doing this on a 16 count Aida, just a white Aida that I bought maybe at Michael's or something. And it doesn't need to be washed. I'm gonna have to wait till I'm done with this thing and just give it a good soak in some Dawn. I did not get a lot done. This is a whip go piece, and part of my whip go is to do it for 4 days out of the month, and I consider an hour of stitching a day. So basically 4 or more hours I want to work on this. So I worked on it just for an hour yesterday because the kids came over for dinner, so I was getting everything ready for them, so I didn't get a whole lot of stitching done until after they left. So I'm going to work on it again today. So I give you Pandemic. Here it is in all its glory. So here's what I worked on. First thing I did was I finished stitching this little star part that I had stopped at last time. And then I moved my way. I was working up, you can see right here, because I wanted to finish this huge bouquet. And I did. And so I just kind of continued working up. So I went back and, oh wait, hold on. I started working on this spot right here. So I came up, I should say. I came up, finished this part, and then I came and I did this part, and then I started working on this right here. I'm using one color of every DMC in here. One of every DMC. I never know how to say that. I have a box. If you've been here a while, I have a box of a sample of every color of DMC from the 90s. So some of them are discontinued and some of them are not in there from now for the modern list. But anyway, so if I run out of a color, I just choose something that's similar and I go with it. And that has been pleasing to me. And I think it makes this piece just even more spectacularly gaudy. So anyway, so this is it right here. This is what I worked on. This green, I had to pick out a new green, and this orange right here. I do leave 2020 in because of the whole pandemic. And that's what I want this piece to reflect. Not reflect, but you know, it's not necessarily in honor of the pandemic, but you know. So that's what I worked on right there. So I'm going to finish it today, work another hour or so today, try to finish this orange bit right here, and just keep trekking along. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to put this in Whip Go again for next year, or if I'm going to put it in my regular rotation and try to work on it 2 days every month. I think that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. I want to have some projects where I work on them 2 days every month. So I need to make a Whip Go list and then a list of ongoing projects that need to be worked on every month. So that's it right there. Pandemic. Yay. I still love this piece. Love it, love it. It is so much fun to work on, and I've been considering what I'm going to do next. So something not as big probably, because I have been working on this for a while. Well, since 2020. Okay, and then my new start. So August 20th was National or World, I don't remember, Honeybee Day. And so I started this right here. This is Gathering Honey out of the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine from May, June 1987. And for those of you who said you were class of 87 too, go us. So this is it right here, Gathering Honey. And I did start it, and I dyed some 28 count Monaco. And I did my traditional start in the lower left, lower right hand corner. Sorry, y'all. Lower right hand corner. And this is what I did. Now, I was watching Judy of the City Stitcher, and she made the comment about how back in the day, this was the day, they said, finish all your cross stitching and do your back stitching. And this is why people loathe the back stitching. I love back stitching. I find it very relaxing, but I do understand the concept of finishing the whole piece and then having to, or at least when we finish the cross stitching and then having to go back and do the back stitching. So Judy mentioned doing the back stitching as you go. And I'm like, brilliant. So that's what I started doing. You can see right there, I started back stitching. So this right here is just some parked back stitching thread, and it's not parked where it's supposed to be. It's just moved off to the side. So this is what I got done. I really wanted to, I was working, and this is another night I stayed up late. I really wanted to get all the leaves in this corner done and at least have something besides green. So that's it right there. Gathering honey. This will be probably one of those pieces. If I do a Must Be Touched monthly, this would probably be one of them because I really want to get it done this at least in 2023. So that's what I got done. And I did dye this piece in tan, and it came out awfully peachy colored, but I like it. I think it'll do well with it. So that's it. So that was my new start, gathering honey. I know you can get the pattern on, I believe it's Cooler Design Studios. I do have to say, okay, I bought that book, the 101, whatever. The chart in here is just a smidge bigger and easier to read. So I actually made a copy of this chart. Because like I said, it is a smidge bigger and easier to read. But the other one's not hard. And if you, I thought about just scanning it and putting it into my iPad and just using GoodNotes and charting it that way. But I don't like keeping my iPad open on for as long as I stitch. So I just made a copy and I used my colored pencils to mark it off. So that's it. So that's what I got done. That was my new start. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think I got a lot done for a new start. So anyway, and I think I worked on that for 2 days. Okay. Now for some stitchy good kindness and stitchy related kindness. First, I have a start that I am going to start in September. And this is called Where Flowers Bloom. It is in the Just Cross Stitch magazine 2021. I access my magazines on Readly. So if you want to access these, I do have a link below where you get a free month. I get a free month, and I just screenshot them off my iPad and print them out, move them over into pages and print them out. I print things out. I know, like Shelly, I think Shelly Proverbs 31:22, I think she reads them off her iPad, but like I said, I don't like to do that. I look at a screen too much, and then when it pops up every week, your screen time went up. It really kind of makes me feel lazy. But anyhow, so this is it. This is Where Flowers Bloom. It is a bunch of specialty stitches. Shelly and I talked each other into doing it, so we're going to be starting it in September with a lady on the magazine monthly challenge page. And that is it right there. So I found this 32 count lime witch elk fabric in my stash. I normally don't buy stash fabric, but this is it right here. I'm going to use that. And it calls for DMC 8, number 8, and number 12 pearl cotton in white. I found this pretty ecru color. I'm going to use that. This was in my stash. This is an 8, so I do need to get the 12. And then I'm going to use these Sulky Cotton Petites, and it is a variety pack, Rosewood Manor Porch Welcomes. I just like the colors. I got this off of Amazon, but I think you can get it off of 123 Stitch, maybe, and I think maybe also Fat Quarter Shop. But I'm going to use these colors because I think it was really pretty. I loved this, but when I look at it, it was just too bright for me. So I thought these would go really, really pretty with it. And I'll just figure out the colors as I go along. So that is my September start. And I do have some starts. Since I'm talking about that, my September start is the Where Flowers Bloom. I'm going to have October start, which is a Heaven and Earth design called Mini Patchwork Room, I think. November, I'm going to do a rose block, the rose garden that matches the Gathering Honey piece. I'm going to start that one. And in December, I'm going to start Pageant Kings. And I know I've talked about these before in older FlossTube. So if you're curious about those, if you want to know, I'll re-show them if you want. I can show them next week. If you want me to re-show them, let me know below and I will show them to you. But those are my starts for the rest of the year. And those are, like I said, either going to go in Whip Go or they're going to go in my Must Be Worked On at least twice in a month. Anyway, Stitchy Kindness. So I belong to a group called Stitchy Kindness, and you can either mail the things into the administrator of the group, or some ladies just post it themselves. And this lady posted herself, and it was a piece of 18 count fog. I don't know who makes that, but anyway, and it is 13 by 18. So I thought it was pretty. It's kind of a fog color, kind of a mottled gray. So I don't know what I'm going to use it on, but I won this one. Basically what you do is you put your name and they draw a name. And so I got this one. So it's pretty. I don't quite know what it's big enough for yet, but I have it. I don't have much of a stash of fabric. I have a stash of a lot of white that I'll dye if I need something different, like I did for the Gathering Honey piece. I just dyed it. My stitching budget goes, it's not huge. I have a lot of floss I buy at thrift stores and whatnot. I have a lot of white fabric, and I have a lot of charts from magazines and whatnot that I like to use. So anyhow, I want to give away from Steadfast Stitcher. If you guys don't watch her, y'all need to go check her out. And I won this fabulous project bag. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I haven't decided what I'm going to put in it yet, but it is adorable. And it came with floss bling, which I don't use floss drops, so I need to figure out a use for all these little floss blings that I'm getting. Here, put it a little closer so the light doesn't. Isn't it pretty? Pretty. Adorable. I love it. So that was my prize, my Stitchy Kindness. Y'all need to go check out Steadfast Stitcher. She's really good. She's on Instagram and FlossTube. And then my Stitchy related kindness is this. I put out a plea on Facebook for my friends, basically saying, if any of you guys use and have an old Android that you are not using and would want to get rid of, let me know. And a lady from my church messaged me and said, I have one. And so she gave it to my son, who said he was not going to touch it because it is the devil's tablet. And so she gave me an Android. I'm going to use this for Pattern Keeper. And it's funny. Her name is Elliana. She is Sicilian. I think she's Sicilian. And we call her Apple. So it's kind of funny that she had an Android because her family is huge Apple users. But anyway, so she gave me this tablet. It works wonderful. I had an old Kindle I was using, which, y'all can see my trash. Look at that. My piles. Anyway, the Kindle, it worked great, but it didn't hold a charge very long. And this screen is clearer and actually bigger than the Kindle. I kind of wanted a 10-inch screen, but I really like it. Like I said, it holds the charge for a very long time. Anyway, so I was chatting with Apple and I said, Zane finally brought me the tablet over. He didn't want to touch it. And my daughter was over and she was laughing about it. And she picked up something off the side of the table and she goes, why do you still have these? She goes, I throw them away whenever I get them. And I'm like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with it. My tablet's been redeemed. Okay, so not really. It's not really an Apple. But anyway, it's hilarious. So I sent this to Apple and showed it to her and she loved it. But anyhow, so this is my Devil's Tablet, my Android that I am using for Pattern Keeper. And that is going to be for the mini patchwork room that I'm planning on starting. And I haven't figured out yet if I want to put, I know that there's a way that you can put PDFs that you've done yourself. And I don't know if I want to do that yet. I thought about putting Pandemic on there, but I'm not sure yet. But anyway, so this is my stitching related kindness that I got. So I'm kind of excited I didn't have to go out and buy a new tablet, because I missed out on the Kindle 10-inch for $59 during Prime Day. I was really sad about that. But anyway, so that is it. That is all I have. Like I said, we had the children over. Children, I really shouldn't call them children. Well, they're my children. They're my kids. They came over. They brought their significant others, except for my middle son. His fiance was working. But Mondays, our other son's fiance is, she's off on Mondays. So so I said, hey, let's have everybody over. So we had everybody over, and it was really fun, and something I want to continue, just to kind of keep the family. They enjoy being together, but you know, with everybody having their own jobs and all that kind of stuff, I want to keep that family dynamic going on. So I want to keep them getting along. Anyway, so that is all I have this week. I'm going to get back to stitching Pandemic and hopefully get a good day's work in it and get some stuff done. Friday, I have to get new contacts because mine are not in my eyes anymore, and I have a headache from not being able to see. And so anyway, but yeah, I'm going to get back to stitching Pandemic this week. That's what I have written right here. Plans for this week: one more day of Pandemic. I'm going to try to do one day of Jeanettedouglas. And I'm going to try to work on City of Love, you guys. I want to finish that. That's going to go not in WIPGO next year. I think that's going to go in my 1 or 2 days a month rotation that I want to do for next year. So anyway, so that is all I have. Thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this whole thing. I've been kind of rambly, but like I said, I have a headache, and I'm using this ring light. And even though the light is pretty low, I think it's making the headache worse. So thank y'all for sticking with me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next week, Lord willing. Happy stitching. Bye-bye.